They think you're like that fruit, tender whisper, then the dead of night, and you tell me that you're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are, yes, Jesus. It's who you are, yes, Lord. It's who you are, yes, God. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am, yes, Lord. It's who I am, yes, Father. It's who I am. Oh, and I sing many extensions for answers far and wide, but I know where I'll searching for answers. Only you providing to know just what we need before we say a word. 'Cause we're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. To us. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. To us, yes, Jesus. Yes, God, so undeniable that I can hardly speak. Peace so unexplainable that I can hardly think that you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still as you call. God, love your good, good Father. It's who you are, yes, Lord. It's who you are, yes, Jesus. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am, and I'm who I are. It's who you are. It's who you are. You're loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. And you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Good, good, perfect in all of your ways. Yes, Jesus. It's who you are. Loved by you. In all of your ways. Yes, Lord. Who I am. Yes, Lord. Amen, Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you guys for listening. That's my YouTube channel songs for today. God bless you and keep smiling, and may you guys be blessed. May you guys be blessed today for what God is doing, no matter what struggles you're going through, no matter what battles you're going through. God is there for you, and God will take you the rest of the way. All you have to do is believe. Believe in Him with your heart. If you get on your knees, and if you can't get on your knees and you're bedridden, and you just hold your hands up, and if you can't hold your hands up, and you just close your eyes, say, Lord, I'm a sinner. I've known I'm a sinner, and I want you. I want you, Father. Nobody else can save me. Not my nurse, not my staff, not my hospice nurse, not my mom, not my dad, not my friends. Nobody can save me. But you, God. You, whatever you are, you, Father. You. I want you to come into my life because I'm a sinner. I've been a sinner for, I don't know how long. Years, maybe months, maybe days, maybe a week. Whatever I've done in my life, but I'm a sinner. It could be drugs, alcohol, it could be abuse, it could be whatever I've done, money, slander, whatever, bad language. But I'm a sinner, Father, and you know it. You know all my sins. You've known all my sins, Father. I don't need to dish them out to you, Father. But Father, I'm asking you right now, wherever you're at, I'm asking you right now, Father, for you to come into my heart. For you to come into my heart. Right now, Father, for you to come into my heart. Because I know that some 3,000 to 4,000 to 6,000 years ago in the Bible, you died on a cross in Galilee, Calvary, in Israel, and the cross is still there today. And that tomb is still there today. Maybe I might never get to go see Israel in my life. Maybe some of you have. Maybe some took that tour. Maybe some of you have been there and just didn't really realize. Maybe it was just a tour just for homework, for your school project. Or maybe you just were there on a honeymoon. Or maybe you just adventuring. And you went on that tour and it didn't click. It didn't click and you went home and you still did your sin. But whatever. Now you're asking God to come into your heart. To come into your heart. You're asking him and you're saying, God, I want you to come into my heart. Maybe your mom just died. Or maybe you got terminal cancer and you got 6 months to live. Or maybe you got hours to live. And whatever that reason, you're asking God, God, I need you right now. I want you to come into my heart and save me and forgive me for all my sins. And I believe that you died on that cross in Galilee, Israel. You died on that cross for my sins. And those nails were drilled into your feet. Feet, nails, hands, and a sword was jabbed into the side after they killed you. Just stabbed into the left side. And a sinner, a prisoner, got to go home with Jesus that day. Because he said, I don't want to end up where I'm going. I want to end up in paradise. For today you will be with me in paradise. His last breath, he was in paradise. You can do that too. Wherever you're at, you can do that too. Whether you're on a park bench waiting for a bus and you're allowed to what's end. Whether you're about ready to take a bunch of pills and end it. No, stop. Stop before you do that. Say, Jesus, I need you right now. I want you to come into my life. These are things that you don't think about. You only get, this is your body. This is your body. You only get one chance. One chance. Now those miracles, I've had plenty of them and I'll show them in my next video. There's one chance. You get to live. Those miracles, I had some. There's one chance you get to live. God does spare you. He does spare people. Some he doesn't. And he lets their family see. So that way they can come to know him. And if you're one of those where you just lost somebody, a friend, or mom, or dad, because of that incident, maybe it's time for your heart to be changed to Jesus Christ. Because you don't want that same fate Hell is what it is. That's where they're at right now. They're not in heaven. They're in eternally forever darkness. Do you want to go there? Do you want to be there? Do you want to be in forever darkness where you can't see, you can't eat, you can't hear? You're screaming. The smell is stench so bad. There's a testimony about that. I'll share in another video. The stench is so bad. Sometimes I have that stench and I wake up in my sleep. And it's so awful. I'll have to drink water in the middle of the night. Because that's when it happened. But the stench is so bad that it stung. And it's like, you look behind you, like, there's nothing there. Okay, I'm in reality. But do you want that fate? Because when you're down there, when your soul's down there, and then when the resurrection happens, your body's down there, when your deformed transformation body's down there, here on earth, you have a chance. You have a chance. You have a chance to turn to Jesus Christ. To Jesus Christ. I don't care what religion you're on. You have a chance to turn to Jesus Christ. You have the ultimate chance to turn to Him. And maybe you get out of whatever religion you're in and go grab Bible. King James Version, American Standard Version. Now they use King James Version because it's easiest. They had all 5 different versions. King James Version is easiest. American Standard is second. But I'll tell you what. When you turn to Jesus Christ, your whole life is going to change. Those bad friends that you used to hang around with, people or words you used to use, are going to go. Bit by piece are going to go. Are going to go. And good things are going to come in. You're going to start listening to Christian music. You're going to start opening up the Word more. You're going to start having more time to read the Bible. You're going to start having time to memorize Bible verses. Maybe you got kids. Maybe you got work. I don't care what you have. But you're going to, your whole life is going to change. And your family's going to see it. Your friends are going to see it. And those bad friends are going to see it. Maybe they might want to convict and change their life. Or maybe not. It's their choice. You can't force anybody to come to know Jesus Christ. But I'm giving you this opportunity that don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait till it's too late. Because when it's too late, there is no second. It's like CPR. When they're pounding you and they're putting oxygen, I've had CPR 5 times on me. When they're pounding you, pounding you, pounding you, pounding you. And CPR means your heart stopped, no oxygen. Or you got very little pulse, and you got that very golden window. I'll tell you in another video what happened to me on those occasions, because I got to see him 5 different, well, I went to heaven 5 different times. And hell one time. It wasn't pretty. He sent me there. It wasn't a dream. He physically sent me there to come back and tell people here on earth. So, and how I got there was I was in bed and I did something. But I was at my wit's end. But he spared me because he forgave me. But when you come to know Jesus Christ, but don't wait till too late and they're having to do CPR on you. And they're rushing oxygen on you, 911's there, and they're having to do CPR on you. That's not a good outcome to try it. Well, if you come back, some people don't. That's what I'm saying. Don't wait till they have to do CPR on you to say, yes, Lord, I want to go to heaven. Because when they get to that point and they have to do CPR on you, there's a slim chance of you coming back. Do it now, before before somebody does CPR on you. Do it. Just ask God. Just say, Lord, I want you in my life. I just want you in my life. If you got terminal cancer, it's okay. Now you know where you're going. It's okay. He forgave you with all that. Wiped it all clear. Now you're just gonna rejoice and open up the word and pray, and your life's gonna change with that cancer. Your life's gonna change with it. You can't do anything about it because you're going downhill with it, but your life's gonna change in those few months. People are gonna see my daughter, my aunt, my uncle, my cousin was a true Christian. She changed her life around. And that's what my motive after my 5 heart attacks. I'll say that part. And I got sent up 5 times. And the last time, they sent me back. And when I got sent back, I knew I was in a coma. They had me in a deuce. They had medication. I could hear what was going around me, but I couldn't open my eyes. They would shine a flashlight to see if there was response in your vision. And there was brain activity. They had wires all hooked up to me, and so there was brain activity when they did all those movements and stuff. But they had to keep me in that condition so I wouldn't pull things out and yank things off and try and jump out of bed, even though I couldn't jump because I was paralyzed from here down, from the waist down. I'm recovering from a stroke shortly after that. From those 5 heart attacks, you wouldn't think your ribs. My ribs were broke. 45 times broke. Broke. Shattered. Charade. I couldn't move. I couldn't cough. They had to keep me in a brace because otherwise these 2 ribs would have punctured the heart and I would have bled out. And that would have been nothing to do. So they had to keep me in a brace, and I had to lay sitting upwards. I couldn't lay down. So I had to lay sitting up, which was very difficult, in this metal brace. This metal frame brace. And I had a colostomy bag here. They dealt with that. Catheters for the urine, whatever. All that fun stuff. But as I was laying there in the midst of all that, I never complained. I never asked God why. That's what I said to staff. God bless you. Keep smiling. They looked at me like, how can you say that? You're in a back brace. You got machines all wired up. You just got a respirator taken out of you. And you can barely even talk. And you're saying, God bless you, keep smiling. And we got a whole bunch of pain meds going in you. And you're telling me, God bless you, keep smiling. Yeah. This date, today, June 14th, today, marks 4 years ago. Marks 3 years ago was my heart attack. 3 years ago. June 14th. On my sister's birthday. My sister's birthday landed on a Sunday. 3 years ago on a Sunday. Not January 2020, but January 21. So 21, 22, 23. 3 years ago. Today. I'm going to show you this. Church was fine. Church was great. Everything was excellent. After church, I nudged Phyllis, who was a longtime friend who I called Grandma. So long. I nudged her. I don't feel so well. She looked at my face. Somebody else looked at me. Tani. And they went like this. Sentani. Yeah. Hi. Are you alright? Yeah. Do you need some water? Why? Your face is white. I looked at my arms. They're fine. No, but your face is pure white. Phyllis looked at me. Face is white. My mom looked at me. Across the way. Tani just looks so good. The face is white. What happened? Skin color was fine. So, I was using a walker, kind of. And we were using my car. Phyllis, I can drive. My mom looks at me like, no, I can't. Okay, Phyllis, you drive. Phyllis, you better go to the hospital. I'm planning on doing that. Her face is white. Good. My skin color looks good. Boy, it's really bright outside. Everyone just looked at me like, really bright outside? It was a gloomy day. They're like, it just rained. No, it's really bright outside. Like, really, so I took off my glasses and like, really bright. Like, crystal bright. And I gave my mom a hug. I was like, love you, Mom, see you tonight at church. Love you too, see you tonight at church. And my dad looked at me like, you don't look so good. I told Mom I'd see you tonight at church. No, you're not going to see you tonight at church. You're not going to see you tonight at church. You're not going to see you tonight at church. Dad, it's really bright outside. Go ahead and get in the car. Gets me in the car and tells Phyllis. And we're driving. Well, she's driving, and I got the music going. And I'm like, where are we going? Are we supposed to turn left to go home? On Douglas Boulevard. She makes a right instead. Seems weird. And I didn't have Kaiser at this time. 2001. Boom! I didn't have Kaiser anymore. I had, you see, another insurance. She goes, is there another hospital around here? Yeah, there's a Sutter Hospital. Tell me how to get to it. Yeah, you go down this road, and we ended up at Sutter. Why are we at Sutter Hospital? Who's sick? I was like, who's sick? Why are we here? Why are we here? And she parks the car in the emergency room. Who's sick? Why are we here? And she goes, just a minute, I'll be right back. Okay. And I'm sitting there going, I just had church. I just had a glass of water. And luckily there was a donut wrapper. Still had a donut in it, so I'm eating that. Should not eating it. And my door opens and I'm sitting there eating it. And the nurse goes, does she need help getting out? I'm like, emergency room for what? And the nurse goes, oh, your face is... Well, I'm eating a donut. Doesn't that count? I was trying to make a joke with him. Face is white. Okay. So they get me in. They get me registered in. And Phyllis is trembling with fear, like she's never seen my face. Skin color looked fine. Temperature was a little high. Oh, I have a whole thing of water on the car. church. Didn't think about it. And we get in there, and they check my heart rate. That was 145 beats per minute. So they sit me in the lobby. I fall asleep. I'm dreaming and I fall asleep. It's time. And I wake up. And Phyllis goes, doctor's ready to see you. Okay. So roll me back, get me into a chair, take my blood pressure and pulse again. They just did it up there? Yeah, but something didn't look right. Okay, so they take it again. My Apple Watch is on. So what does this count? Yeah, that counts. Kind of. Okay. So I see them fall away, clearing a room, and the staff are like, okay, we got a room for you. Okay. So they hooked me up to the monitors and everything. Doctor comes in. All right, you get me IV and all this stuff and all that stuff. Now I'm sitting there waiting. Blood work, urine, and all this fun stuff. I'm just sitting there waiting. And church was over like 12 o'clock. Church was long gone over. Like hours. 2 hours have gone by. I'm sitting there waiting. I should have bought my laptop, should have bought this. All I had was my cell phone, and it was dying. So I didn't think on sitting in a hospital. Didn't get prepared. Wasn't thinking. No doctor was in. Got the blood work back. You're staying in the hospital. What? Staying in the hospital? Yeah. I looked at him like, could you explain why I'm staying in the hospital? Yeah, you're having a small heart attack. Can you hear me again? Can you repeat that to me? Please, it is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Can you repeat that to me? Just repeat, I'm young. Can you repeat that to me? You are having a small heart attack right now. We have to give you medicine so that way it doesn't turn into a big heart attack. And we're putting you on the heart floor. Okay. Well, I take this. I looked at the machine like, well, there's a little high, but not too high. Okay, whatever. I ignored it. It's okay, Lord, whatever you want. Totally was oblivious. Instead of panicking, and instead of grabbing my phone and calling, Mom, Dad, I'm having a heart attack. I called Phyllis. Phyllis, they'll keep me in the hospital. Yeah, I kind of figured that. So I'm just gonna go home. Somebody has to help me close the trunk. Wait, I need a few things for tomorrow. Okay, and so I rang them off to her. This, my laptop, my iPad, or whatever. So she brought it the next day. Little did she know. That I was going to end up in ICU. No less than 5 hours later. So, dinner was brought to me in the emergency room. I ate dinner. actually, I got to my room just in time before dinner, and dinner was brought to me in my room. And then I had to call the reality sit in. Nobody else is going to call Dad. I just waited. I didn't call. I did not call. I did not call. I chose not to call. I didn't call at all. So, I ate my dinner. I was done with it. Didn't really want to eat a lot of it. They had to come in and fix stuff on me, the machines. Because they have them outside the rooms, the computers, to see the heart machine. Big old room. Huge. And so all my stuff, Phyllis comes, and she puts my stuff over there, and she puts that stuff over there, and then she leaves. She's not gonna stay? Nope, I gotta go, I got Grandpa and animals to do. Okay, bye. So that was the first night by myself. I wake up at 8 o'clock at night. Very hot. Extremely hot. Really hot, like as if it was 85 degrees outside. Warm. Very warm. I'm going like this and like this and so I have to find the nurse's button. The bed ones don't work. Tried those. Tried the right one, tried the left one. So I started moving around, kind of. And I dropped the controller. And as I leaned over to get my water, somebody sees me leaning, and I just collapse. Before I could say, I need the bed control, I need the water, thankfully they came in the room. All I said was, the last thing was, can you turn off this light, can you turn that light and leave that light on? And then they turned around and said, did you need anything else? Yeah, I dropped the controller on the floor. Before she leaves the room, she notices my face was pale white. She said, ma'am, your face is white. Hands are fine. I rolled over to get a glass of water to pour it into the pitcher. And as I was doing that, I slumped over. And she was just like, ma'am, are you right? Are you right? And I could kind of see that she was pressing the call light. And I could faintly hear her. Now, another person was running in, kind of moving me, kind of in a flat position. And my eyes were barely open. And I was breathing really heavily. And they were scrambling for oxygen. And at that point, I wasn't talking. It was dead silent. I was just breathing really heavily. There was no more talking. And I could feel my spirit just slip out of my body. Then I just closed my eyes and I just passed out. I just went to sleep. It's like passing out. Basically, you just go to sleep. So I went to sleep, but I could still see and hear. Now I'm in my spiritual body. I'm out of my physical body, out of that, and I'm in my spiritual body. Now they got 3 people, 4 people in there. CPR. Code Blue's already called. CPR. Now they got a thing down my throat. They gave me medicine, thing down my throat, and this and that. I was still doing CPR, I was still doing now I'm being whisked. Going further up, further up. Oh no. This is the way you die? That's in my head. I'm going, oh wow, cool. It was peaceful. It was nothing to be afraid about. It was dead peaceful. I just went to sleep and I was instantly in another body and I saw me and everybody else down. And then I kept going up and up and up and up. Through the roof of the hospital, I saw somebody being airlifted. Through the roof, through the clouds. Then, tunnel of light. Really fast through this tunnel of light. Really quick, really fast. It's like glitters. My body basically was just vertical. Pull so fast. So fast. In that tunnel, I saw my past. Everything. I knew I was going to heaven. Saw when I was a baby, kids, when I was growing up, what I did, stupid stuff, all that stuff. Got to heaven. Pearly gates, beautiful, huge gold pearly gates. Girl was in front of me, another person was in front of her, and behind me was a guy, and I could feel him. And that's what you feel. It's just when somebody comes in, it's just right there. And I felt him. Now, his name was Fred. Like, oh, wow. And I was just like, wow, no more pain. Wow. And Angel, yeah, you're in heaven and you don't have any pain. Really? Wow. Wow. I touched my head, went like this, all over me. Feet, legs, everything. I'm like, wow. Wow, I feel great. And I didn't have a bag. I had no colostomy bag. My vision was clear. No glasses, no nothing here. The voice was clear. It wasn't raspy, it was clear. I was like, wow, this is just cool. This is awesome. This is awesome. I wasn't even thinking about what was happening on Earth. I was like, cool, nice, awesome. This is cool. So, Fred, who got shot in the head from trying to save his friend, they got him rushed off to the hospital. His friend lived, but Fred died. Fred didn't live. But he told his friend about Jesus Christ. And I said, Fred, where'd you get shot? Right here. He showed me. Right here. I don't see it. There was a big man with 2 bullets in my head. See it, Fred? Yeah. Because it's gone. Wow. He pointed to the back of his head. Here and here. He got shot. So basically, he got shot here and then right here. Gang. People walking by in the car. And they were walking down the street in San Francisco. 2 gang people driving by and thought that they were the people that owed them money, but were not. Wrong people. Because I hope they catch those people. I hope so too. I don't know. They're now in heaven. And we talked about San Francisco and how beautiful it was and this and that, but it was nothing compared to heaven. So we were just talking for a little bit of how Earth was. Horrible, 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 and we would never want to go back. The girl went ahead. It was Fred's turn. Fred got to go in front of me for some reason. He went in front of me. So that's how I knew where the holes were. And I asked him, and and he got his key, and he unlocked the gate, and he got going. And the gate closes. I stepped forward. 2 angels at the gate. You can't get into heaven. And I was looking down, because they told me to. For thou art holy to the Father's feet. I kept looking down. I didn't look up. I never looked up at Jesus. I never looked up. I could hear him, but I never looked up. And 2 angels, and I heard him, but I never looked up. I was about to, and the angels don't look up. So I kept my head down because I was about to look up. Like, and he goes, don't raise your head, for thou he is holy. So I kept my head bowed, my hands like this. I was standing there going, I'm a Christian. And I did a lot of bad stuff. And I started crying. Yeah, did a lot of bad stuff. Bad stuff. And the angel said, why are you crying? For thou, our Master, has forgiven you for all your sins? Yeah. And he told me to keep my head down, because I was going to lift it up again. He said, don't lift your head up. And he knew me by name. They know you by name. So I took my hands, and I kept my head down. And now I just closed my hands with my eyes so I wouldn't look. And he said, no, don't do that. So I said, okay. And there was nobody behind me. And I said, where am I? You're at the gates of heaven. Last time I was here, I was shown above heaven. Yes, we know. And I was standing in this position. Just this position. Just this wide, kind of feet wide, hands out kind of position. It's kind of funny that I'm here again. And I couldn't raise my head. Do you have to look down at the feet? And I glanced, and the Lord showed me his hand. See the nailed, pierced hand. And I touched it. You are truly the Messiah, I said. Truly Jesus. And then I went back and he said, for thou, Sentani, do not fear me, for I am Jesus Christ, your Master. And he said, don't look up. It's like, kept in the stance, like, I really want to see his face. And I couldn't look to this direction. He had a veil over him. I moved my eye to the left, and I could see there was a veil. Without my glasses on, my vision was perfect. I could see there was a veil over him. So his face was distorted. You couldn't see his face. At the gate, you can't see him. And I was hearing music and everything. And time was endless. Time was Time was endless. He said, take your right hand. Okay, what for, Jesus? I'm in heaven. Don't I get to go into heaven? No, Sentani, that was not your time. Great. No. And I was about to look back like this. I was about to go, no, how do I, no. But I was about to, no. And there's no fear in heaven. So I just took my right hand and said, okay, Lord. Touch your right side and your rib where your heart is. There you will feel pain when I send you back. But Father, there's no pain. Yes, because you're in heaven. Here there's no pain. Okay. On the third command, I will command you to breathe. Okay. And you will be in tremendous pain. Okay. All right. I stood there. But can I go into heaven? That was not your time, Sentani. Okay. I stood there, just about trembling, and the angel said, fear not, Sentani. Fear not. I said, okay. Okay, Father, I trust you. As soon as I said I trust him, I fell back. Instantly through the light, instantly, the angel took me. He took me through the portal. And I saw the angel, but I didn't look back. I walked, and you're walking, and there's a portal, and that was the light. And there was a tunnel to go back. And as soon as I reached my hands in it, I was taken back to my body, which when explain it, it's gonna sound odd. See the portal. I'm hearing music playing. Peaceful music. It's beyond what here. And now I'm back in my body. And I knew I was back in my body. And I wasn't semi-conscious enough to move. Sentani, breathe. 1. Thou art precious Sentani, I command you to breathe. 2. Thou art precious Sentani, I command air in thy to breathe. And I just breathed. And when I did, I woke up. Kind of woke up. And I grabbed the side, immediately grabbed in my right side. I had a breathing tube crammed in me. So I immediately grabbed my right side. And I looked to the right. And they ushered somebody out of the room. 2 people out of the room. And I knew exactly who those people were. And they ushered them out of the room. And they got me back. Those 2 people were in like they were like in green green suits till they were transporters, but they ushered them out. There was a black guy and a white guy, and they ushered them out quick. They just, you don't need to be in here now. You're good. And then they ushered a doctor out. One doctor said, well, this doctor can take over. I don't need to be in here now. She's good to go. You guys can wrap her up to get her up to ICU. I don't need to be in here now. I know that doctor. And when I woke up and grabbed my rib, they were checking my eyes, they were checking this, they were checking that. And the doctor said that, well, don't mean need to be in here now. He was looking at his watch. And I glanced. And he was the first one I glanced at. And he just looked at me like, is she really alive or is she dead? Don't know, because when I reflexed real quick, it was real quick reflex. They didn't know. Because they had given me so much medication, so much drugs, not enough to but drugs to bring me back, but not enough to paralyze me, but enough to bring me back to life. But I think after a certain amount of time, you gotta call it quits. And then that's it. But I had to continue no matter what. And you gotta call parents, you gotta call dad, you gotta call, and they gotta say so. They can't just, so they gotta do no matter what. And I wasn't in ICU, I was on the floor. I room 325 on the floor. So that doctor ends up coming with us to ICU. And we're rolling down the hall. And I have the breathing thing in me, because the pumping oxygen in me. No, they take it out of me. They take it out. Now they have just oxygen on me. And they're pumping oxygen in me. And I'm struggling to breathe again. And we're going, and I guess they send 2 people up ahead to clear the hallways, to tell people move quick, we got somebody, we're coming fast down the hall. And I mean, there were like 6, 7, 8 people transfer me into the ICU. And it was, and that hospital in Code Blue happens, it's just bad. It's not a good sight. You got like 5 doctors, then you got the warden doctor, who is the doctor who calls the time of death. Then you got this doctor, then you got this, then you got this, then you got that, then you got this, then you got that. Well, as they were wheeling me by, I could see the death trolley that they were going to stick me in, because they didn't really move that. They kind of shoveled it by my room, and I kind of, they're going to stick me in there. And I couldn't say anything, because I was kind of in and out. I kind of just, went, are you okay? Thumbs up, because I was becoming more alive. And I was like, where's doctor over there? I was just nothing. Later I found out what it was. But special kind of bed they put people in when they're gone. And it was just sitting outside my room. Because they were about ready to call the time. And they were trying to get a hold of Phyllis, and they were trying to get a hold of Dad. And I guess Dad said, send her up to ICU and put her on life support. We'll come up there and figure it out. So, that's why I'm saying it's never too late to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior. Because you don't want to wait till you get to where I was. You don't want to wait till the CPR part, and they're pumping oxygen in you, and they're pumping medicine in you to restart your heart again. Because you only have 20 to 30 minutes before your brain dies, before your brain is shot. And when your brain is dead, your heart might stop, your lungs might stop. But if they can get that heart beating again, pumping again, and the blood circulating, you stand a very good chance of living. And luckily I was in the hospital when that happened. Because the next time it happens, I might not be. So that's why this is a good thing that I've been having for years. Because it has a medical alert thing on it, and it's got all my information on it. So if I fall or have another heart attack, and it detected. That's what should have alerted me at church. In the middle of church, I don't know why it didn't alert me. Something's wrong, I need to go to the hospital. My phone should have alerted me. You know, I was sitting a couple seats away, so it wasn't just like. And then when church was over, Phyllis came over, my mom came over, people came over. Now, instead of Phyllis driving me to the hospital, they should have called an ambulance from the church. That's where they went wrong. Instead of Phyllis driving me to the hospital, they should have called an ambulance from the church. It would have been quicker, faster, and I would have gotten there quicker. Phyllis, she would have figured it out. Maybe not. Maybe she would have gone home, and maybe Mom or Dad would have had to help get her there, but it would have gotten figured out. But the problem is, don't wait till they're doing CPR on you to come to know Jesus Christ, because you can't talk when they're pumping oxygen in you. And when you're delirious and when you're going from in and out of consciousness, you can't say, Lord, I want to accept you in my heart. You can't say that. You're dying, you're toasted. You know you're dying. You know you're dying. You just know you're dying. Like me, I knew I was dying, but I wasn't scared. I knew where I was going. 5 times in the hospital. Happened on the way to the route to ICU. Past the trolley. And it was a long hallway. And the elevator wasn't working, so we had to go a different route. And to go a different route to ICU. And to go to another tower of the other end of the hospital. So we had to go a whole different route. And I died halfway on the route. And they got me back in the middle of the hallway. And I came back, and I had to call code blue in the middle of the hallway. And I was only in heaven for like 5 minutes, and God said, the angel says, not your time, go back. And I went right back, same position. And I came back, and there was a doctor standing there, the nurses standing there, and the doctor said, this second time, man, something's happening. Get out of ICU real quick. And so now they had to call reinforcement, the big guys, the lift guy team, and they had to have 3 people in front, 3 people in back, and 2 people on the side, plus the machines. Plus they had machines all around me. And they had to call a code on the intercom, and it went like this. The code went like, and it was just for me because I was that bad. ICU transfer, please stand clear. 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 And then it also went from that. ICU transfer, hallway, please stand clear. ICU transfer, hallway, please stand clear. ICU transfer, hallway, please stand clear. And that was a code just for me because the doctor said, you gotta make this a code over the intercom for everybody. Move everything out of hallways, move everything, because they were still trying to figure me out in the middle of another hallway. Move everything out of the hallways, make everything clear, because we're coming up to ICU fast. I mean, fast. This girl was dying on us in the hallway. Fast. And I could hear him saying that. This girl was dying on us in the hallway. Didn't know what to say. I'm like, I didn't know what to do. At least my face wasn't white. I had like 2 more IVs. They had to put IVs in me in the hallway. They had to put an EJ in me in the hallway. They had to put equipment on me in the hallway. By the time I got up to ICU, it didn't just take them 5 minutes. It took them over 20 minutes to get me up to ICU. And it was a new unit. Room 5 of ICU. Where's the heart attack patient? Right here. She's gonna go room 5. Alright. There were already a team of doctors in my room, and it was a huge room. 3 doctors at a computer, plus the people that were willing, plus all the trauma people, plus the neurology, the heart doctor, the neurology, the heart doctor, this, everything. I was like, oh my goodness, wow, okay. And I was coming around, and as I was coming around, I noticed that God's peace was all over me. His peace was all over me as the staff was scrambling, trying to figure out on the computer, trying to figure out tests and this and this and this. The first test that I had, and it was late in the morning. It was 1 in the morning. And they finally got my heart situated, and they finally got me stable, and they had me on high dependency oxygen, which it wasn't a breathing machine that goes in you. It's a mask that goes, it's like a CPAP machine, but it's a mask, and it breathes air for you, because my oxygen was so low. But it helps breathe, it helps keep you breathing, and it breathes air for you. So every time, it went like this. So every time I'd be like, the machine would make a noise, and it would breathe air. So it would force the air, and I'd have to sit. I'm sitting in my wheelchair because I couldn't stand long enough. And every time it would breathe air in me. Well, that was the first time I experienced my ribs cracked. Physically cracked. I've heard of it. I've had to crack somebody's ribs before from doing CPR. But that was the first time my ribs got cracked. Now, I've broken a few ribs by sprinklers and farm and lifting wood the wrong way and trying to lift a log of firewood or cutting an axe, logs, and I doubt I cracked a rib, but I shifted it out of place. I'd broken a rib, had to get bandaged up. But the center part of my chest was cracked. Once. That was the first battle. One time it was cracked. Twice. It was cracked twice. So they had a soft plate that went here, and I was wrapped up with all the machines, and a soft plate that went here, and I was wrapped like a band-aid, wrapped. And this machine breathed for me, and they eventually gave me pain medicine because they felt bad that I was in so much shock pain, and I was just kind of like, I'm hurting. I wasn't crying, I was just like, I'm hurting. And then I got better as the night went on. I got a little better, so then they took me off that machine and put oxygen on me. Well, every time I took that off, the machines went off. Beanie, beanie, and the nurse would come in. Tony, you gotta keep the oxygen on, your oxygen's really low. Alright. I would put it back on. And my sister did a FaceTime. And it was so bad. It was the worst FaceTime because it was on the day after her birthday. And she was so mad at me because I didn't call her that day and wish her birthday. Happy birthday. So we talked for about a minute. And I took a picture. And I took a picture of the machine. And a picture of me. I didn't know if I was going to live. And I sent that to Dad. And I sent that to my fiance, Marshall. And the day after her birthday, I could only talk for a few seconds to her. And then I had to go because I was very tired from the medicine. They gave me a lot of medicine. I was cold. The room was very cold. It wasn't warm, it was cold. They had to give me blankets. They had to make sure I was comfortable, make sure I was okay. They had a nurse sit in the room all night on a computer, because that's what they do in ICU. They're more upscaled. They have one at the desk, and then they have one in your bedroom. All eyes on you at all times in ICU, no matter what. No matter if you're going to ultrasound, CT scan, all eyes on you at all times. Because your oxygen could change, your heart rate could change, you could all of a sudden stop breathing. So when you're in ICU, it's all eyes on you at all times. So the next morning at 7 in the morning, I had to go get an MRI. And they had a portable machine, and then they had an ICU nurse go with the tech. And the doctor comes in, and he sits down. And usually doctors don't sit down. Usually they say, hi, my name is so-and-so, nice to meet you, and I want to tell you prognosis and blah, 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 and then they leave. This doctor sat down and scooted up to the bed. Because he's like, I want to be at your level because I don't like to be standing up. I want to be at the patient's level. I thought that was very generous. I want to be at your level. Wow. At your eye view. Wow. And he got real close to the bed. Wow. So he sat down. And did you know your face was white? When? I said, when? All day yesterday, your face was white. White? Yeah, your face was white. The reason why we brought you in the hospital is because you were having a heart attack. I kind of like, I had this little thing on my nose to breathe. I didn't have all that high dependency oxygen on. And it was early in the morning. It was like, wow, you are just... I don't know what you believe in. I'm like, I believe in Jesus Christ. And he got saved right then and there on the spot. He goes, you had a heart attack in the room, and you had a heart attack on the route to ICU. You should be dead in the morgue, in this hospital right now. I said, yeah, but I'm not. God's got other plans for me. Yes, he does. He does, and he's not finished with me yet. He's not. That's why I told that other doctor not to call the time. Because I knew something had happened. All you have to do is believe in Jesus Christ. Anyways, tell me about this Jesus thing. This is my lunch break. He goes, this is my lunch break. And I just wanted to see you. Oh. So I told him what I saw. The cannon fired, that got shot in the head. No. Wow, this is amazing. And he goes, are you going to make a YouTube video about this? I said, yeah. Are you going to write a book about it? Yeah. Lord willing. And the amazing thing is, he became a Christian that day. And they had me in ICU for about a day or two. Then they moved me out because I was doing really good. And they moved me back to a floor on the second floor. And the first floor actually was room 120, 23, 25. Second floor was room 226. They moved me there in the morning. They moved me about 6 o'clock in the morning. just before breakfast. So I got breakfast. Actually, they moved me a little at 10 o'clock, just before lunch. So they moved me. And I was hoping the cook knew where I was going. And hospitals are very, very well known for room changes. Because it's a public hospital. And patients get shuffled around very easily from one room to the next room or discharged. So, if you're getting discharged, you have to let the nurse know you're getting discharged. Or you have to let the cafeteria know ahead of time, no thanks, I don't want my tray, I'm getting discharged, I'm going home today. I don't want a tray sent up to my room. I'm getting discharged. They won't send a tray to your room. Because you're going home, you're probably going to go out to eat. Or you're probably going to go home and eat your homemade food. Or you're probably just going to go home and go to bed. Because you're just sick of the food. And 9 times out of 10, at Kaiser, I would just skip the tray and I would just go home and go to bed. I would skip lunch or I'd skip dinner and I would just go home and go to bed. Now, if I got discharged around lunchtime and I woke up and it was still, and if it was like 7 o'clock at night, I would make me something to eat and I would eat and I would go back to bed. I would make something really light. And family would still be up. Oh, hi, Sentani. Hi, how are you feeling? Not so great. I'm just gonna go in the kitchen and get me something to eat. Sit down here and eat it. Go back to bed. So you're not gonna stay up? Nope, I don't feel so good. Oh, I'll see you in the morning. Hope you feel better. Yeah, hope so too. That was literally my motive. Yep, hope so too. So that's how I rolled that out. Be like, because it was just like, you know, or a lot of times I'd get discharged from the ER so late and then be just like, just go home and go to bed. And my body wouldn't be even hungry. Well, did you want any breakfast? I'm just gonna go to bed. I was up all night. I know you were in the ER. I'm just gonna go to bed. Good night, guys. See you guys in a couple of hours. Seriously, it's not funny, but looking back now, that's how my life was at the Luce's home in Loomis, the ranch farm, the Loomis farm. It was just like, hey Dad, walk in the foyer, front door. Hey Dad, oh hi, how's it going? I got some new medication from the ER again. And I'm just gonna go to bed. Is Mom up? She's in the front room. It's just, I'm not even gonna go in there. I'm just gonna go to bed. Okay. Paul? Is Sentani home? Oh, you're a dumb hole. Sentani ever come home? So totally. I would hear it. Paul, did Sentani ever come home? Yeah, she's in bed. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't want to bother her then. So I'm just quietly closing the door. Like, just let me go to bed. Oh, that's how I got. That's how I did with that. Sometimes it didn't work out so well. Sometimes he would not be at his desk. And he'd be sitting at the table. And the front door is kind of loud in that house, so you could hear it. Somebody just come in? I don't know who just came in. I don't know. So I would try and open, and there's no other way in that house. So I would try and open it. A way, or I'd try and go the garage way, and usually 9 times out of 10, Mom would either be in the laundry room or the kitchen. There's no. By then it was a wrap. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. Seeing Mom in the kitchen, it was done, it was over. It was done and over. It was done and over. It was over. It was just like, Mom, can I just go to bed? I was up all day yesterday and all night. What did they say? It was a lot of my stomach issues, so I haven't lost my back. But it was quite interesting because the way that God made my life, I never questioned him. I never asked him why. I never asked him why. I never questioned him why. And some people ask me, well, why don't you complain? Some people ask me, well, why don't you get mad at God? Why don't you start cursing God? No. So you're just gonna take it? Yeah. I used to say, I'm taking it like a champ. And that's what you say to little kids that are about 3, 4, 5, and 6. After 6 years old, you don't say that word anymore. They say, man, I'm taking it like a pro. Yeah, you are. And then after a pro, it goes, man, I'm just taking it. I'm just taking it like it should be. So, I don't say those terms anymore. I don't have to say anything. This says it all. When I walk in to a hospital and I could be in the worstest pain and I could be sitting somewhere crying and I stop crying for a minute and tears are still rolling down my eye, but I got a beautiful smile on my face, and they'll be like, tears beyond that smile. Wow. You really are something. Tears beyond that smile. You really are something. And there are times where I have been in a lot of pain. There are times where I have been in so much pain that it was so unbearable, where I just say, thank you, God, for letting me be in this pain. Not why, but thank you, God, for letting me be in this pain. Thank you, God, for allowing me to go through this. In your precious name, amen. That's what I say to him. I say, thank you, God, for letting me allow me to go through this. Amen. And all the worry and all the suffering stops. It's like, wow. It might linger on for another 5 more minutes, but then it starts easing up. Especially with surgery. I had my surgery. January 9, 2020. I did a lot of crying. But I thanked him. I was mad at Kaiser, but I still rejoiced. But I was upset with Kaiser. But you know what? God has different things and phases and places in my life. And I got 30 more minutes to wrap this up. Because I got to go have fun at another event and be a testimony and a light to a whole church event at a park today. And be a light to that event and be a witness to people in that event. But do you know what? God isn't done with you yet, or me. He's still working in our lives. He's still working in your life and in my life. And if we can see it, if we can trust it, if we can know it, it's going to be perfect. Because did those heart attacks stop me from sharing Jesus Christ? No. Did those songs that I just sang about an hour and a half ago stop? No. Are these little video testimonies going to stop me? No. Because in the end, when you look at yourself through a mirror, which is behind me, when you look at yourself and you see the whole picture of your life, of what God is doing for you, before you became a Christian, and now that you're a Christian, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I accepted him when I was 5, but I didn't fully understand him until I was 31 years old. Till I was 31 years old. When I came home, me and my mom became best friends. Best friend. She didn't know what to do. She thought I was on meds. She thought I was taking medication. She didn't know I was the calmest person, the sweetest person. She's just like, now I called her the other day, and it's just, she's getting her nails done, so I got mine done last week. But she's the sweetest person. And that's what I wished I had when I was a teenager and 20. But that's okay. Because I can spend these last golden years of her life fellowshipping with her on the phone, talking with her as if she was there in person. I can still hear her. I can still, may not see her now, but I can still feel her presence in my heart. Feel that person's presence. Whoever you're around, feel the presence. On the phone, deaf people, they can't speak, but they feel your presence. They can't hear, but they feel your presence through sign language, through your hands. They feel your presence. They have a whole different world. Their world is whole different. They use computers, tablets, all kinds of ways to communicate. That's a whole nother subject I'll get into some other day. But, and the clubs, there's different things all for the deaf community. And even they're having a hard time fitting in with society. Because there's not enough for them to do. There's not enough for them to interact. Zoom call are difficult because there's not enough interpreters. There's not enough people to sign for deaf people. There's not. They lack the people in the deaf world. I'm sorry. It's sad. Very, very, very sad for deaf people right now. Okay, back to hearing. So, when I become a teacher, I'm going to teach kids computers, but I'm also going to teach adults computers, and I'm also going to teach the deaf and hard of hearing computers, because that's how they're going to communicate and better knowledge their skills and learning. So why not? Why not? When I can go out and teach and help, I might have to use a wheelchair or a walker or braces on my feet to help me walk. That's okay. That's fine. God's right here with me. And God is right there with you. I love you all. Remember, hearing and deaf. So keep smiling. Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.